Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary. It's Tuesday, August the 28th. I'm Clay Emo at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. And I'm a founding member of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. Can you believe it? We're about 6 weeks away from puck drop now. Pretty exciting. Although I just realized, even though I've known the schedule for the past couple of weeks since they released it, just realized that I will not be able to go to the Vancouver Canucks home opener on Wednesday night, October the 3rd. They're hosting the Flames. I have church duty that night. I got my responsibilities at the parish. Yes, I know, first world problem. I'm blessed to be a season ticket holder entering my 8th season, but still, I'm sad. I feel shame. I'm excited to go, but I guess I have to hit a couple of preseason games and then wait till the Canucks come back from their road trip that they go on right after they play their first game once again against Calgary. Today I want to talk about the Vancouver Canucks first line and what it may be. And we know the narrative. We know that as of now, there are about 20 forwards that you could argue are NHL ready or basically NHL players, NHL caliber players. 20 forwards for 12 spots, add a couple of scratches. That's still 20 guys vying for 13 or 14 spots. And we know that it's Boeser, Horvat, Baertschi, Virtanen, Eriksson, Pettersson, the three new guys, Schaller and Beagle and Roussel. Then we have Gagne, we have Granlund, we have Sutter, of course. Then you have Leipsic, Goldobin, Gaudette, Dahlin, Gauntz, Mott, Boucher, Archibald. That's just 20. And yes, obviously something's got to give. All those guys can't be on the active roster when the season starts. Does anyone get packaged in a trade? Do they risk exposing some of these guys on waivers, trying to get them down to the minors, to Utica? We will see. We've got 6 weeks to talk about it. But today I do want to talk about the Canucks first line. Let's presume, for argument's sake, that Bo Horvat is the first line center. I think no argument there. And let's say there's no way you're going to demote Brock Boeser. So Brock Boeser's on the one side, on one wing. So you have Horvat and Boeser. And then for most of last season, they had Sven Baertschi up with them until Baertschi got hurt. You had Goldobin got a quick look. Leipsic got a look at the end of the season. Virtanen got a couple shifts, which I got excited about, which I'll talk about in a sec. But in essence, it was Horvat with Boeser and Baertschi. So as I usually do before I do one of these videos, I put a poll out on Twitter, and I basically said, who should the third guy be on the Canucks first line, presuming it is indeed Brock and Bo. I got 250 votes in the span of 3 hours, and it's very split. I actually offered three options. I said Baertschi, Goldobin, Leipsic, or other, because you can only put four options on Twitter, and I didn't list a bunch of other names. So it was those three guys, Baertschi, Goldobin, Leipsic, and then other. And it's very split, but it went 32% for Sven Baertschi. It went 36% for Nikolay Goldobin, so he was the winner of the poll. 22%, decent number, for Brendan Leipsic, and then 10% for other. And those others included guys like Pettersson, who would be great, but I don't know if you want all your skill on the first line. Can you imagine a line of Horvat, Boeser, and Pettersson? I would love to see Pettersson as a second-line center. Even if he starts as a second-line winger, that's fine. That's for another video, the second line. But I don't see Pettersson being there. I see Pettersson playing with Brock and Bo on the first-line power play, which would be awesome. Imagine Quinn Hughes with that unit next season. But for now, I see Pettersson not playing on that line. So let's talk about those three options. Baertschi, Goldobin, Leipsic. I'm going to throw in a fourth, Jake Virtanen. Let's talk about Jake Virtanen first. Many of you know he's my second favorite player, my third favorite player. I can't remember. I think he's my second favorite player behind Bo Horvat. I love Virtanen. He's so much potential. I want him to do well, as I've mentioned in many videos. And I've always been giddy about this prospect of our three first-round draft picks from 2013, 14, and 15 all together on one line. And that would be, of course, Horvat, Boeser, and Virtanen. Virtanen is listed as a right wing, but many of his best rushes, his best plays, his most exciting forays to the net come from him streaking down the left side. So could he play on the left side with Boeser on the right and Horvat in the middle? Yeah, he could. Does he have the hockey IQ to do so? Not yet, I would argue. A lot of times, as much as I love Virtanen, and I love his combination of speed and in skill and strength, I think sometimes the puck dies on Virtanen's stick, meaning one of two things will happen. He either will take a shot on goal, or he will turn the puck over. It's very rare. Excuse me. It's very rare that I see Jake Virtanen, or remember Jake Virtanen, making a really good pass, and hopefully that's part of his game he's going to work on. It goes with hockey IQ and vision, and just knowing where everyone is on the ice. So as much as I'd love to see it, I don't think Virtanen is a viable option. I would love to see him on the second line. Speaking of second line, I'd love to see him and Eriksson flanking Elias Pettersson, but we'll get to that in another video. I think most people see him still as a third or fourth line guy, but that's for another video. So let's talk about the other three: Baertschi, Goldobin, and Leipsic. Baertschi is generally the incumbent. He had his most success when he wasn't hurt playing with those two guys. And I like Baertschi's skill. I like his effort. A little inconsistent sometimes, but I think when he's a very streaky player. But when he gets going, he is very good. And I remember him, Brock and Bo had that massive 11-point night, I think it was, during one game last year. So he knows how to play with Bo and Brock. He knows where to go. He's comfortable with the puck. He's a good stick handler. And with basically Bo rushing the net a lot, with Brock being the sniper, you need someone on that line who can handle the puck. So the 32% that voted for Sven Baertschi, I think either people want to see him playing with them, and or they think Travis Green will go with a familiar line mate just for the first line, so he can worry about the other three lines. Second option was Goldobin. He actually won the poll. He's very streaky player as well, and we haven't seen a lot of streaks either way. That doesn't sound right, but we haven't seen a lot of streaks. People are saying he's got to play on the top line or the second line at the bare minimum to be an effective player. Has he got a fair look? Maybe not yet. Maybe this is the time he finally does get a good look. Much like Baertschi, he's a good puck handler, good stick handler, very nimble, very agile, and I could see him doing some really cool things with Brock and Bo. Maybe he simply hasn't got the chance yet. But it sounds like Canucks fans, at least by a slim majority, 36% to 32%, they want to see Nikolay Goldobin. They want to see the Russian play with Brock and Bo. And the third option would be Brendan Leipsic. Got him late last year in a trade, of course. He did play with Brock and Bo once Baertschi got hurt at the end of the season. And I really like Leipzig's game. As I mentioned last year, he wins a lot of puck battles. He does a lot of little things to be effective. He has the speed to keep up with Horvat. You know, Boeser's not the fastest skater ever, but he's been working on that as well. So I think with all three guys, with Baertschi, with Goldobin and Leipsic, you need a guy with two attributes, I think, is a guy who can skate, at least to keep up with Horvat, and then you need a guy who can handle the puck. Boeser's not the best puck handler. Horvat's getting better, but a lot of times his passing actually has improved a lot last year, but I still find that Bo likes to take it to the net or likes to get a shot off. So you need a guy in that left wing who can handle the puck. So again, all three guys fit that mold. That would be, of course, Baertschi, Goldobin, and Leipsic. Leipsic, like I said, I love his work ethic. I think he wins a lot of puck battles, and I could see him getting in the corners and creating chances for Horvat and for Boeser. And the way he would create chances, I think, would be a little different than the way Baertschi or Goldobin would create chances. I think Goldobin would create chances with his creativity and with some dangles and with some hands. I think Baertschi would be more like Goldobin in that creating with his stick handling, whereas I think Leipsic would create more chances for the other two just by his work ethic and by grinding it out a little bit. Regardless, I think all three will get a look with those other two guys as Travis Green plays with all of his line combinations to start off the season. But according to you, it's Goldobin with 36%, Sven Baertschi with 32%, Leipsic with 22%, and then any other guy, Pedersen, Virtanen, whoever may be, at a distant 10%. Canucks fans would love to read and react to your comments. Leave a comment below. Let's presume, well, maybe you don't have to presume, are Brock and Bo going to play together? And if they do, who do you want to see on their left side? Is it Goldobin? Is it Baertschi? Is it Leipsic? Is it Virtanen? Is it Eriksson? Is it Pedersen? Is it any of the new guys? Whoever it may be, leave a comment below. I love to read and react and reply to it. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Give this video a like if you like what I'm doing. And yeah, 6 weeks to go, Canucks fans. I hope you're getting ready and you're getting excited, because you know I am. It might be a painful season, but it'll be a fun season, and we can do it together. Gosh, that was corny. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.